What's up, parents?
What up?
Welcome to Teenager Tuesday. It's the best day of the week. You know what it is. I'm Elijah Keck. I'm the student pastor at the McKinney campus.
And my name is Tysha Solomon. I'm the student pastor at the Frisco East campus. What up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Elijah.
Yes.
What is this podcast about today?
Okay, so this is the culture update.
Okay.
Where people who don't know anything about culture, us, are going to update you on culture of what's
And you may
going
not
on
know either.
in Gen Z.
So we're going to figure it out together.
It's incredible. So
It
welcome.
is incredible. Okay, so Elijah, something that my kids have been saying for the last few months is this word sus.
Yeah.
S-U-S, like sus. And I know that it came from, or at least when my kids started saying it, it was because they were playing Among Us a lot. And someone goes around and tries to kill everyone. They try to be the winner. And so if someone's acting suspicious, then they say, ooh, that guy's being sus.
Yeah.
But I've heard recently that it also means something else.
Yeah, I actually found this out by a student because I said the word sus, thinking suspicious, and he was like, hey, don't do that. So, which happens to me quite a bit. I don't know why, but like words just change all the time. And so one thing I think you should be aware of is, so this word sus, even a couple years ago, it's kind of always had this hidden meaning, but now it's starting to come out a lot where because of different YouTubers and vloggers and gamers, where it's talking about, acting gay towards, like a guy acting gay towards another guy.
Okay.
Or doing something that would portray that. And so, but now it's honestly becoming a joke that, hey, with my guy friends, not me personally, but with teenagers, they act sus towards each other. They'll grab somebody's hand, or they'll look at somebody a certain way, or they'll say something that is sus.
Got it.
Like, hey, you're acting very sus about that.
As a parent, me trying to be a cool parent, and
Yes.
I say, boy, you're acting sus, I probably should stop saying that.
For sure.
Okay, good to know. I didn't know.
So honestly, that's something that just like kind of I started understanding a little bit better. And so something for you to know that if you're hearing that word, if you're seeing those things from your student with his friends, might need to address that to some extent.
Okay,
so,
that's good to know.
Yes,
Thanks
that's
for
right.
that cultural update. Okay, so something else that we wanted to talk about during this cultural update is just really how Generation Z has really become the most individualized, individualistic generation of all generations. Basically, they have never not had anything that's individualized for them. So maybe as a kid, they experience their parents monogramming everything with their name, or now that they're a little bit older, they're on social media. It seems like, if they're on TikTok, all of the TikToks they're watching are geared towards them based on how much they're watching a specific, person or about a specific topic. When they go onto Spotify, there are playlists specifically geared towards different moods, or they can make their own playlists. Like everything in their life is very individualized towards them. And so I honestly am not really sure what this means about Generation Z. I'm not sure what this is moving towards. I don't know if it's helping them become maybe less self-aware, or maybe more self-aware, or maybe kind of more selfish. I don't know, but it's just something for us to be aware of.
I honestly think a big thing that I've seen recently is students having a hard time figuring out stuff for themselves of what their interests are, or hobbies, or going out and doing something, because everything has come to them.
Yeah.
Like you said, YouTube, everything is geared. Oh, you like games. We're going to shove games in your face.
Right.
You like this. And even TikTok is, if you're a certain age, they're going to send you, if you're a guy in your certain age, they're going to send you a bunch of girls. If you're a girl in your certain age, they're going to send you a bunch of guys that are going to pop up on your feed. So maybe even having a hard time figuring out themselves. It's weird because they're the generation of knowing who they are. Yeah. They're into politics. Yep. They're into all these things. They have a better understanding of
they like to take stands on things.
Right.
They like to be behind having justice about certain stuff.
Yeah, I think comes from being individualistic of hey, I don't just believe what my parents believe in, what generations forever have done of my parents Republican, I'm going to be Republican. My parents Christian, I'm going to be Christian. But instead they're saying, hey, I'm going to understand. And their schools are almost making them have an understanding of, race and politics and all these things, because if you don't know, then you're not paying attention and you don't care and you're not woke, to what's going on. So,
no, that's good. So it's just something to maybe even navigate with your student is helping them kind of figure out who they are and who God's created and designed them to be, and helping, like, letting them make some decisions in your homes about specific things, and that might be a good way to help them kind of as they grow, and giving them tools in their toolbox to help with those.
Yeah, they're already deciding who they're going to be.
Yeah.
So be a part of that conversation with them, if especially like setting the stage of who you want them to be.
That's so good.
So the last really big thing I want to talk about is kind of going along with this, but that religious identification. That we are seeing so many students, it says 30%, so 1 out of 3 students going into college say they have zero ties, like they would not claim themselves to be a part of any religion.
Wow.
Which is one of the, it's crazy, in 1966, 6% said that. Wow. It went from 6% to 30%. So we're seeing this, and I think a big part of that is that individualistic of saying, I can make my own decisions.
Right.
Like beforehand, my parents went here, my mom went here.
Right.
That's not the case anymore. I don't want to be a part of that religion because they believe this or believe that. And so I think having an understanding of your students, like we said, your students want to decide things for themselves. Yeah. They're hearing about policy. They're hearing about politics.
Causes they want to get behind. Yeah.
They care more than ever. But that can also push them away from truly going all in and saying, I am a Christian, or I am that.
Yeah.
So
no, that's crazy.
One of the craziest things to me is the Barna Project has had this for a long time. I don't even know, this number might have actually gone up, but 70% of students who attend church, so who go to our youth groups, 70% of them when they go to college, hopefully not of our youth group.
Hopefully
we
not
got
ours.
a great youth
yes,
group.
we do.
But it says 70% of them will not go to church at all in their first year of college.
Honestly, when I hear that number, it's heartbreaking. And especially for you and I, Elijah, especially, this past year, as I'm thinking of some seniors specifically who graduated and, like, man, they love the Lord. They love God. They're on fire for him. They're telling people about him. But just thinking that, out of the 30 that I had leave, that only 10 of them are going to go to church at all or try it out when they're at college. Honestly, it really is hard for me to hear that.
Yeah. So I think for as a parent, what do you do with that information?
Yeah.
First off, have an understanding that religion is not just something you can force feed somebody.
Yeah.
It's something that they have to at some point. I went through this, you went through this.
Yeah.
And I'm a pastor's kid. We're both pastor's kids.
Yeah.
I had to say, this is my faith. Right. I have a relationship with Jesus. And hopefully as students, we're doing that. We're having those conversations.
Yeah.
But as a parent, you play a pivotal role in that and saying, hey, just because you go to church with me on Sundays doesn't mean like you're living it out for God. Like have those conversations. What does your walk with God look like?
Yeah.
Who is God to you? What is that role of Jesus in your life? You bringing those conversations up is going to help them when they go to college say, hey, I didn't only just go to church, but I know how to read the Bible.
Yeah.
I know how to have relationship with Jesus.
Yeah.
And I'm going to carry that into college.
Well, and you're modeling it for them, hopefully at home. You're modeling it by going to church and being involved in church. But you're also making your home a safe place to have really important and crucial conversations with your kids about things all across the board.
Yeah.
And you're not just force feeding them maybe what you believe, even though that's what you believe it, but you're opening dialogue and saying, let's continue this conversation so that hopefully they can see your heart. And because of that, they're going, man, they're doing something right. My parents are doing something right.
A big tip for this is super simple. Ask a pastor. We have connections here to other churches.
Yeah.
Ask a pastor, hey, my kid's going to this college. What church would be similar to Hope, or what church could they be involved in?
Yeah,
and we will plug them in. We'll get them a number. We'll get them an address to a church that could fit them. But don't just send them off and say, find it yourself, because they're never going to find it themselves. So be a part of that conversation. But listen, that's been it for the Culture Update. I believe that you can do this. You are not alone.
God is with you, and so are we. Yes. See you later.